Putting mulch down and cardboard in the fruit orchard finally, and we're going to plant about 100 trees down the road here. So we are watering because after all the rain, we ended up with a few days of hot sun, and it's getting a little dry out here. So we have 3 totes loaded up with water, and we're going to fill the drip system, and we're going to water everything that's sad. Try and clean my lens again here. So we're waiting for water. It doesn't self-prime very well, so I got a well pump with a suction hose, and it's just running off a 2,000 watt inverter that I put into the truck. And then we just run the truck to power everything. I should probably just get a generator, but the inverter was already in there. And until we get a well in, it'll have to do. Okay, I think we might have to. I think we're gonna have to go prime it. So we had a good day out here today. We put about 60 or 70 trees in, and we mulched all of the trees which needed it. Go. So that made it worse. Usually it'll kick on its own, but oh, there we go. And now we got water. I kind of got a system going where if I park on the top of the hill and use these 3/4 inch heavy duty hoses, I can reach and water everything. Ugh. I got my handle all muddy, but so there we go. So now we can start watering. There's something kind of nice about watering out here, waiting for the sun to set. These are the potatoes we don't water. I know what you're thinking. I was just watering them. I will resist watering them. So, post a little update after of all the mulch and trees we got in, or attach it to the end of this video. That's it for today. Okay, so corn's watered, and I just had a thought that it's pretty amazing growing food. Some of this corn, it's here's one. These are twice the size they were yesterday. And it gets me thinking about how they got twice that size, and plant science and all that kind of stuff, and all the bright sun they've been getting and photosynthesizing, and how that little seed I planted is going to grow into a big tall stalk and produce a bunch of food. And it's just kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of neat. I like doing it. I watered the potatoes. So I ruined my experiment a little bit. They're so dry. And I know they're doing good. But I feel like they were talking to me and saying, are you really going to water the corn right in front of us and not give us anything? So I watered them. Half of them. I'm going to do the other half now. I just couldn't leave them. I felt like it was wrong. But I'm pretty happy with my potatoes. They look pretty awesome. I've never done a very good job of growing potatoes or had much success. And we got seed potatoes from a couple of local people we know. So we knew they were really good seed potatoes, and maybe that's why they did better than other years when I bought them at like Home Depot or Canadian Tire or the greenhouse or something. It's just kind of neat to think of all of the food that this is going to produce, and that anybody can do this. It's, yeah, I guess it's what we used to do. I think we need to do a little more of it. It's kind of why we're doing it. One is food quality, and the other is just being more self-sufficient. You know, the price of food alone has become astronomical, and the nutritional value and the quality of it certainly hasn't gone up, it's gone down. So we didn't really need to start a farm and grow our own food. We can just keep buying groceries. But it just doesn't feel like the right way to do it. Especially with the direction that the grocery industry is going. I like the idea of knowing what's in my food. So I just kind of had that rolling thought. Probably rings familiar for a lot of people. And kind of the amazing miracle of growing food in itself. And plants in general. Which has always kind of fascinated me. So, that's watering thoughts with Garrett. If you have any thoughts of your own, you can feel free to leave them, and I will respond. Yeah, I just like it. And it just seems like the right way to do things. So we got some other work done today. The grass around the trees was getting crazy, and we wanted them to hold a little more moisture, so we put some cardboard rings and cedar shavings around, and we put cardboard and mulch around our little berms here in the orchard, and around these ones. If I can get out of the sun here. So it took a couple trailer loads of mulch. It's mostly compost and dirt underneath here, but I let the grass and weeds get kind of crazy. So then we covered it in cardboard and mulch. And the tomatoes look like they want watering next. We'll give them some water. They're coming along great. This is our sour salad for Ukrainian green borscht soup. Oh, and we broke out the John Deere today. We needed to move the mulch trailer around. So it's a 12-foot trailer, And unfortunately, the little tractor blew a drive belt. So we broke out the John Deere 316, which we rebuilt the carburetor and fixed a bunch of stuff on it. I got it for almost next to nothing. And they're usually about $3,000 to $5,000, so it's certainly worth fixing up. The first thing we put on was all brand new tires. So they're quite a bit larger than the stock ones. We had to modify the platform with the seat here. But I wanted as big a tires as possible on it. And we put as big a ones on the front as we could without it hitting that tie bar when you steer. So this thing is tough. You know, going from this home riding mower. Oh, that's a weird shadow. Looks like my arm's broken. Anyway, it's late, so I'm easily distracted. Yeah, the drive belt blew on it finally, which I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, because we've been through, like, I don't know, over a dozen of the mowing deck belts, clearing all of this brush. And that is what all of this used to look like. And most of it was dead. So there is some live bush and trees in there, but as you can see from here, there is plenty of dead ones. Lots of dead ones. And same with once you get into the bush, there's at least half of it is dead. So I didn't feel too bad taking a lot of this out. But we're trying to keep anything that's alive intact, especially trees. But anyway, drive belt, blue, with the model number. It's supposed to be, I don't remember, like a 92-inch belt. It's not. It was way too short. Because it's kind of a Frankenstein riding mower, I think a different engine's been put in at a different position. Because I also found that my deck belt needed to be the one for the 42-inch cut, which is like a 95 and 5/8 belt or something. Not the 38-inch deck. So I don't know. This is definitely the right platform for it. The hood obviously isn't. And the engine isn't original. So maybe it's mounted different, or I don't know. But I finally have the right belt now. But it's been down all day. So anyways, we had to move the big trailer. And so I just threw a ball hitch on here and took the rotor tiller off. And man, that hydrostatic drive is something else. This thing had 4 yards of mulch in it. And it pulled it around like nothing. Like there was nothing on there. So much bigger and probably more appropriate tractor for what we're doing. So this fall, when we re-till the beds and get everything ready for winter, we're going to be using the big hydraulic John Deere tiller on the back of this one to do a majority of our large beds. And we have some other attachments for it: the snow blower, the mowing deck, a plow. And then I think we're going to get the 3-point hitch kit for it that mounts onto this hydraulic lift at the back, so that we can also use cultivators and, you know, all the other common 3-point attachments. Not quite ready to buy a $20,000 tractor for the farm yet. Just a little hard to justify, as much as I would love to have a tractor with a front loader so I don't have to bring my mini skid steer out all the time. It's just too much money to spend on the farm at this stage. So this was given to me by my uncle who passed. And these are usually like $3,000 to $5,000 and I got it for $1,500 with the snowblower, hydraulic rototiller. It's got the extra pulley attachment, and it's got the mower deck and the plow. It had a whole bunch of stuff with it, so it was, the attachments alone were worth the $1,500. So it took a little bit of fixing up to get it all working, but it is working fantastic now. And it has the Odin engine in it, and the hydrostatic drive. Oh, can't really see much, but it's a pretty awesome tractor. So anyhow, we got that done. I don't know if anyone finds my ramblings interesting or not. We got this little box scraper, a lot like the trailer. It looked twice the size on Amazon. They photoshopped it behind a quad, and it looked wider than the quad. But it's small, but it works really good. And that's how we blew the drive belt on the little tractor, was trying to pull the box scraper. Big shocker there. So, and then we got these all cardboarded and mulched as well. These are our cherry bushes, some more apple trees. And I figured out the name of those in the last video, and now I forget again. Currants. And then we're going to plant just a whole bunch of random extra stuff from the nursery into there. So I'm going to bring the truck down with the water tanks. We used up one tank doing half the farm, so I'll use the other tank to water the orchard really good, because it's been a while and it's been really dry the last few days. And the tomatoes are a bit dry as well, so we'll give everybody a drink. And the other tote we'll use to top up the gravity systems. So they're ready to go. And, oh yeah, there's the rototiller attachment for the BCS walk-behind tractor. Amazing little rototiller. And then this is kind of my rigged up hiller. The accessories for this are really expensive. I mean, they look well built, but most of the accessories are $400 to $4,000. I feel like a lot of it is a little overpriced. They have a hilling attachment that's about $300 by the time it's shipped. This was $70 on Amazon. It's steel. It's built very well, and it works really good. And then I bought this BCS tractor adapter that's for impact implements, and it's very similar to the one that BCS sells, but theirs is again like $270. This thing was, I think it was $69 on Amazon. Very heavy steel and bolts, and it just bolts right on where the tiller does. I had to use some bushings to make a spacer so the PTO gear doesn't hit the plate, because I think it's meant to bolt onto the quick attach, which I don't have. I would like to have, again, $500 touch. So I don't know how bad I need to not turn two nuts to spend $500, but maybe at some point. So this works amazing. You probably saw the video of hilling the potatoes. If not, I'll insert it here. But yeah, pretty good little hookup. So, what were we doing again? Going to get the truck. We're at about almost 8:30 here, so we're running out of light again. Which isn't the end of the world, because it's probably the most beautiful time out on the farm here. It is just gorgeous. So my favorite time to be out here, you get to watch the sunset. to watch the little birds running around after I watered. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's very nice. Half the reason I love doing this. So, oh, some of these guys look a little sad. These are some extras we're planting. And I'll take you down to see the trees that we planted all along this path after, because I got to keep watering. It's a baby bird. That's why there's all these little birds hopping around that can't fly. Because you're still learning, buddy. No, I'm not your mama. Nope. But I'm not gonna hurt you either. You go do your stuff. Go learn how to fly. Okay, so this is my setup that I usually use to go fill all the water from around the farm. And also to manually water. I just kind of drag the hose behind. So I've got this big 3/4 inch contractor hose. And there's about 150 feet of it. So I can reach half the farm from the top of the hill. And if I park right at the end of the orchard, I can reach the other half of the farm. So I only need to sit in 2 spots to water everything. And I can also reach all of the totes. So from up there I fill those 2. From over there I fill the tomato ones. So I kind of got a little system down. And until I get a generator or power out here running water, because we have no utilities at all out here, I just have this well pump, and it's just hooked up to an extension cord that just runs into the truck, plugs into the inverter I put in under the dash. It's a big 2000 watt. Pump draws like, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 watts, so it's not terrible. And the truck just keeps it working. Except for the truck likes to turn off every half hour because it thinks it's smart. And if I'm not in it touching anything, it assumes it should turn itself off. But anyway, we're gonna plug in here. See if I can do this without dropping my phone in the tote. So we're plugged in. Usually it will self-prime when it has a full tote of water. Of course it's not now. Oh. Sometimes you can just kind of trick her into going. Got a little bit of water. I might have to fill this with water. Yeah. Oh, there's another little trick. I just suck on this until the water's almost there, and then you got to get the cap on before it starts pumping, or it just sprays out with too much pressure to get the cap back on. I forgot to leave this open, so it's trying to pump, but it's airlocked. Usually I leave this open as soon as it starts running. it can go. It's not a perfect system. It's just kind of something I wrangled together real quick when I first had to water. And then it worked well enough that I never changed it. It's kind of one of those things. Had it not worked so well, I would have probably done something else by now. But so we are going to have zucchini soon. They are massive. And flowering. That dude's really taken off. I don't even know what that is. If that's a squash or a pumpkin or... We have some cucumber or squash seeds from Germany as well. My wife really wanted to try. I don't know which ones they are. This one looks really different. Maybe that's one of them. I'm not sure. I just water and grow the stuff and then eat it. So I'll finish watering and then post an update after. I hope this is useful or somewhat interesting. Oh, see you soon. You got little baby birds everywhere on the farm that can't fly. So they're just kind of running around. I keep thinking it's mice running around by my feet. But it's these little guys. They're picking through all the new mulch. They can't fly yet, so they're just running around.